tech sales, remote tech sales changed my life, and here's why I believe it is the best industry in the world right now. Okay, we're rolling. So, I wanted to make this video. I just had a haircut, cut my hair off, a bit more chiseled, a bit more smart. So, this video is about the industry that is tech sales and why I chose to pursue this industry and why I think it is the best, most exciting industry as a ambitious young person. And I kind of realized the direction I want to take this channel. Everything is through the lens of an ambitious 20-something-year-old. So this is why I chose tech sales and why I left a boring corporate job as a quantity surveyor when I started my career. So I started in quantity surveying. I had to go into the office every single day. I was surrounded by people 20, 30, even 40 years into my senior. I was very uninspired, and I realized if I continue in this industry, in this company, I'm going to be sat in their seat, and that did not get me fired up about life. So I took the leap. I watched a Tracy YouTube video, proper old school sales. And I also watched a video by Casella. I think he was a real estate agent, and I watched one of his live cold calls. And this was the first time I was seeing and experiencing the sales world through these ambitious, articulate people. And I realized sales is not just a place to make money, but it's a place to work on my communication skills, work on my confidence. I'm constantly sitting in front of someone, pitching an idea, pitching a product. And not only am I selling a product, I'm selling myself. So I am now a face of a product or something I'm selling, and there's a bit of pressure there. So I wanted to move in sales to put myself on the front line. So the main reasons why I think tech sales, remote tech sales specifically, is the best, most exciting industry. First of all is the fully remote aspect. Now, I went from working 5 days a week in an office. I did that for, I'd say, about 2 years, with the break of like 9 months of COVID in between. And it got to the point when I was burnt out. You're going into central London every single day. You have to show up socially as well as perform for your role. And it was draining me. And I started to realize there could be a whole nother version of this life job situation where I can be in an apartment, I can be in my own space and still perform. And I start to realize and learn more about myself. I thought, okay, great. If I have my own apartment, I can control everything in that space. I've got my own desk. I can dial in a lot better and a lot more freely in my own space. And that's definitely what I found moving to fully remote. A lot of these tech companies these days, they have such good infrastructures in place for people to work fully remote. And I've been fortunate to work for some amazing tech companies, and just to see how smoothly things operate fully remote, I was so impressed seeing it for the first time. And I was also so happy to have so much of my time back. You know, when I was working in London, I was commuting hour and a half, realistically door to door, sometimes more than that each way. And it was taking the life out of me. And I was frustrated that I was missing out on all this time to be going to the gym, working on myself around my sales job. Location freedom is also another huge thing. I think to experience the world, to be more well-rounded, the days off you get for holiday is not enough. And I think tech sales is very closely aligned to having your own business, you know, being accountable for your own commission, your own number every single quarter. So to take time off all the time isn't beneficial to you making more money. So I realized if I can take my laptop with me to Europe, around the world, I can still get the same work done, go out in the evenings, and then it's Friday, I'm in a new country, I've just finished my job, and I can step out and I'm in a new city and experience a new place. So that's something I did a lot of last year, and something I'm excited to do more of. And again, why I chose this, I didn't want to waste all this time being tied to a specific location when all the job requires is a laptop, a good Wi-Fi connection, and a headset, I would say, for you to speak to clients and deliver in any tech sales that you're working in. And going fully remote, I brought back so much of my time, and I just had more energy, more zest for life. I was able to wake up later, go to the gym in the morning, go for a walk, get my coffee, get back to my desk in my apartment and get to work. So yeah, fully remote really changed my life. And I think this is the way the world is moving. I think the best tech companies in the world right now, and the company that I work for and the companies I have worked for, they encourage this fully remote aspects. They celebrate it because they know people do their best work in their own environment. And then when the time comes to go to the office or go to an event, what I've found, I'm a lot more excited to see my team and speak to them because we haven't seen each other. When you're in the office every single day, you can, there's friction sometimes. You get sick of people seeing them on a daily basis, but when everyone's just in the trenches doing their own thing for weeks, months at a time, and then you do get to celebrate together with your team end of a quarter, it's a lot more of an occasion getting together with the people that you will work hard with. The second big reason that I moved into tech sales is that I went from an environment where I was surrounded by people well into my senior. There was no motivation from them to push their income and push their career. I got into the sales world and I was suddenly surrounded by all the other 20 somethings that were super ambitious and had that go-getter mentality. Because when I first got into the corporate world, I was thinking like, where are all the young, cool people that want to make money, that want to have a sick life alongside their career? And I found them in sales. I've made friends for life in sales, and I think because you share that stress, that positive stress towards everyone's trying to make money, there's always a number of you ahead. Some say it's a negative, but if you are spending all that time working, you might as well work as hard as you can within those same hours and get a better reward from it. I think when you're surrounded by people that admit and they understand that the purpose of the sales job is working hard in these short bursts, making a load of commission and enjoying your life, having a sick life. And I think sales is the place to do that and the greatest start to my career. I wish I started earlier. Honestly, it's coming up to 5 years working in tech sales as of January next year. So I've got a decent amount of experience and I've worked for a few different kinds of companies within the tech industry. But being surrounded by those people and having great managers who have had experience making a lot more money than you honestly changed my perspective on like a manager leader relationship within the work world. I generally wouldn't consider tech sales as boring corporate. I consider it the playing field for high performers that want to make a lot of money. The next thing is the earning potential. Like I say, my old job, I'm set these tasks. My income can't change every single month. There's no incentive for me to go above and beyond. But working in tech sales, when I'm working hard or if I'm pushing extra hard at a certain period, I don't think of it as I'm working hard for my company. I'm within the corporate world slaving away. I think of it as this is my own personal business. I work hard now. I can work the same amount of hours as I used to, but the earning potential is unlimited, depending on your company commission structure. But the fact that there is pressure on you to perform, I've really seen the best of myself that I can only foresee happening in this situation where, quarter to quarter, you have to come up with the revenue if you want to get paid and if you want to stick around, because these companies are so competitive. And I'm going to make a video on getting into tech sales and my journey of breaking in and how I've gone between the companies I've worked at and my plan, like what's next, how I'm planning to progress in the industry. Right now, I'm an account executive. Plan is to move to enterprise very soon. It just means bigger deal size and more commission. I think finally, it is the pressure. It makes you feel alive when there is something at stake. You actually have to bet on yourself every single quarter. You have to commit a number to the numbers person within your business. Say, yeah, I plan on closing this quarter, and you have to follow through. And I think having this within a job, instead of just completing your tasks and you go again the next week, there's no real goals to that. But when you've got a number, a commission you're aiming for, when there's investment plans you've got for your own life and things you want to create within your life, sales is the ultimate arena to do that. So I think as a young person, as an ambitious young person, I think tech sales truly changed my life. I think the beauty of it is you get to perform. You're on a stage. You know, sometimes I'm on a call, I'm in front of 4 or 5 decision makers, and I am, in a sense, the storyteller or the connector between this business and them spending on my software and my tech. In a sense of learning how to be confident, learning how to articulate your ideas, learning how to take a complex software, for example, that's what I sell now, and to be able to translate that and connect the value to their business needs is an art. And this skill will translate one day to when I start my own business and when I have other projects in motion. Sales is really the arena where I'm just building myself across all different facets of life, of business, communication, relationships. And I feel like I see this online a lot at the moment. There's this notion that people think working in corporate, for me, tech sales is selling your soul. You're slaving away to the corporate machine. But I think those people are missing the point. If you see tech sales, sales in general is a job that can allow you to just max out your income, get ahead from an income perspective, but also work on all these different skills. That is your like anabolic time chamber of working hard. It's just the perfect job in your 20s, in my opinion. There's a lot of freedom, and when you're hitting your number, you will have so much freedom. The company will put some respect on your name for closing big deals and producing quarter after quarter. So yeah, you got to be consistent. You got to bet on yourself, and when you do, there's big rewards like no other industry I've seen. So yeah, I remember I was selling a software, and I saw myself selling bigger deals and working for bigger companies. And I watched this video by Trent, Dressel, and as well as Tracy and Bryan Casella. Watching those videos honestly set me on a different trajectory. I dropped everything, my degree. I had an apprenticeship in quantity surveying. I was doing that for a year and a half in bank in central London. And yeah, I gave it all up to pursue sales, and I'm loving the journey. And I think there's a lot more value to get out of this career path. I'm excited. I'm excited about this trajectory. And I think that is the most important. When you get to a company, you want to be excited that they're going to look after you. They're going to allow you to have the life setup you want, as well as making the income you want. So tech sales, I'm a massive advocate for it. And I wasn't sure about the direction I was going to take this channel. I haven't been sure what to post, but I've realized tech sales is the thing I have the most skin in the game in. So it would be silly of me to have this channel but not share my story, my experience on that. So yeah, like I said, the last 5 years have been thinking about how I want to set my life up and the career path I want to pursue. And right now, tech sales is fulfilling that. I think it's so important to understand if you are working a job, obviously I speak to sales jobs specifically, you are inspired and you have this belief, this conviction that it is helping you and taking you to where you want to go. So I'm going to be sharing a lot more about my experience in tech sales and how people can break in, interviews, how to get promoted from an SDR, BDR to an account executive. When the time comes, when I move on to enterprise, I'm closing bigger deals, then obviously I can share my experience on that. And, you know, I'm really excited to travel. I've got the opportunity, hopefully, to go to some tech conferences in New Orleans, San Diego, LA. That is super exciting to me. And, you know, why not just make the most fun out of this work life and get the most of it? And it's up to you to get the most out of it. No sales job or sales company is going to favor you because of your amazing personality and just getting your foot in the door to that company. You got to show up, perform, show them you're someone to be remembered, and it will pay you back.